So in the previous problem, we were looking for the volume of the cone. But now I'm saying let's work backwards. Let's say you're given the volume of the cone, all right, and you're given the radius, and so now you want to find the height of the cone. All right, and so in this example specifically, I'm giving you that the volume of the cone is 120 meters cubed and that the radius is 2 meters. And so let's find the height of the cone. Well, what do we need to recall? We need to recall the formula, which was given earlier in the beginning. Okay, that the volume of the cone is V is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. So let's write that down. V is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, so this will give me the volume of the cone. This is the formula. All right, and so we know that V is equal to 120 meters cubed and R is equal to 2 meters. Okay, so plugging in, V equals 120 and R is equal to 2, we have 120 is equal to 1/3 pi, and then R is 2 squared, and then h. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just simplify a little bit on the right. Okay, we know 2 squared is 4, so let's write that down. So we have 1/3 times pi times 4, which is h. Okay, and so let's recognize that 1/3 times pi times 4 times h, okay, those are all being multiplied together, and that pi is just a number, right? Pi is equal to 3.14159 ... Okay, it's a non-ending, non-repeating number. All right, and so what do we do when we have a number times a variable? Well, we divide both sides by that number, right? And so here, I'm going to do the exact same thing, where I'm going to divide both sides by the 1/3 pi times 4, or 1/3 pi times 4. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is simplify what's in the denominator. All right. So how am I going to do that? Well, I know that pi we are going to use in this case, we're going to use pi is equal to 3.14, and of course, again, that's rounded. All right, so I'm going to substitute that in. So I'm going to say, well, then this is just going to be 120 over 1/3, 3.14 times 4. And then this is equal to h, okay, because the numerator with the 1/3 pi times 4, when I divided it by 1/3 pi times 4, all of these cancel, okay, because they just become 1. 1/3 divided by 1/3 is 1, pi divided by pi is 1, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. Okay, so now using our calculator, we can simplify the denominator. So I have 120 divided by, and when you put 1/3 times 3.14 times 4 into your calculator, this is what I get. I get 4.18666. Keep going. All right, so rounding that, I get 4.19 is equal to h. Okay, rounding to 2 decimals. And so now I just need to do 120 divided by 4.19. And so I get 120 divided by 4.19, which is 28.64, rounding to 2 decimal places. So 28.64 is equal to h. So the height of the cone, is 28 0.64 meters.